Greyhounds are really interesting. I first became aware of them, particularly the retired racing greyhounds, in the 1980s. I like to take long walks, but I knew at the time that was not appropriate, not a suitable dog for me to select as a companion. They are lazy from birth, from puppyhood. They're like big couch potatoes. Watching TV or while I'm reading, I don't need a dog that matches my furniture.
You know, it's even more deeply ingrained than just their natural genetic desire to do it.
They seem to be excited to go to bed at night for some reason, so they don't control their temperature real well. They get hot and cold easily. So they are predominantly indoor dogs. They don't spend a lot of time outside.
They don't do a lot of things that a lot of other dog breeds do. Like
They live in a large communal situation with typically poor quality care.
some dogs are more biddable than others. For example, a Labrador or a Retriever, they're like, what do you want me to do? I'll do anything you want. Whereas a Greyhound's just gonna stand there and be like, what do you want?
It can be kind of challenging. The harder parts would be that it's 24/7. It's just all the time. And sometimes you have to just drop everything you're doing for whatever you plan that day, because you have to arrange for getting a dog, which can sometimes be a little convoluted, or somebody is sick or whatnot and you have to take them to the vet, which takes a fair amount of time.
Barbara has a really good idea. Barbara screens at each of them,
Which is pretty funny.
and really understands and knows each individual Greyhound's personality.
It's a little bit like boot camp. We're in, we're out, we're doing this, let's go, 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 go. And they should never be allowed off leash unless they're in a fenced area, because they can get too far too fast.
But you never leave it to chance with a dog that is capable of going 45 miles an hour.
And then beyond that, they pretty much live in a vacuum. They live in a little cage. They get out to go to the bathroom a few times a day. They race maybe once or twice a week, and that's it. And a lot of people are now finding out that they aren't well cared for. And then they come to the meet and greets and they see these slugs laying here, and they wonder if they're sick. They ask us if they're sick often, or what's wrong with them. Why are they all just laying down? Well, they go to the meet and greets, they lay down, they go home and they're exhausted, right? During the day, it's mostly potty breaks, house training, and then beyond that, it's walk club, vet appointments, the gambling. There are no other breeds that do that, really. They are physiologically quite a bit different.
Whether it's a Greyhound that has a strong prey drive and is going to want to go after cats. I've never maybe seen a cat.
I don't know what it is, really, which is probably kind of weird, but I don't know. The dogs are generally retired when they are, they're sort of a mandatory retirement at age 5. They start racing at about a year and a half old, and they are no longer needed if they become too slow or they become injured. So the dogs were killed. They were just killed. And they were disposed of. Nobody knew about them as pets, and late 80s people started figuring out that they actually make a good food, quite addictive actually, right? And then there's just the logistics of living with yourselves. We're of course always around for support, any problems, questions, people are welcome to call. But there are still dogs who are killed, and there are dogs who are sold to research for the energies. And the dogs tend to be a byproduct of the industry. So once they're no longer of use, they need to be disposed of. I'm apparently not the only person who thinks so.
Barbara and the Homestretch program, they provide an invaluable service for helping these Greyhounds go to their forever home.